Namaskar, Ashok, and today we have a very special interactive session here related to all of us. So when I say all of us, it's about Janaseva. Janaseva is not just serving human beings as we know about it. It is also the name of an organization which is actually pursuing these goals of serving, reaching out to the humanity. And interestingly, the man behind this organization has that name which we all want to experience in some way, that is Shanti. So Shanti Kumar ji, Neelam ji and Nirmala ji are with us today here to talk about this organization and the upcoming event. Welcome. Let's begin with you, Neelam ji. First, what do you know about Janaseva and what was it that prompted you to join hands?
Janaseva is a very worthwhile cause. The organization has been formed with the purpose of helping children or elders in India who don't have a safety net, as we say here. Everyone has a safety net, child services or senior services that are not available in India. And Mr. Shanti Kumar has formed this organization to foster a program so that these children who need help or these seniors who are without support services that need help can have a place to live and nurture each other.
So we'll come back about Janaseva and talk to Shanti Kumarji, but there is an important, interesting, musical, entertaining and enriching program that is going to be happening here in New York itself, and that is the flyer we see here. To tell us more about it, Nirmala ji, share with us what we can expect here and what is the purpose of this initiative.
This is an initiative from Janaseva, the organization about which we are talking, in collaboration with Cleveland Aradhana Committee. And this is mainly to raise funds for the Janaseva organization. This is being led by Padma Shri Sudha Raghunathan, whom all of us know, and she is a very, very high caliber artist, musical person, and she is the vocalist, and she is going to be accompanied by a 6-member team. It is a fusion program wherein there's going to be jazz and also Carnatic music and more Hindustani music. So it will be a real fusion concert which will be held on April 21st in the Hindu Temple Auditorium. The same program will be done in New Jersey on May 11th.
And it is called Morning Raga?
It is called Morning Raga. It is.
So of course you can get more information from the morningraga.com, and the other website would also tell you about Janaseva. But now I'm interested in finding out someone who has helped people take care of their taxes and other financial matters as esteemed CPA, Shanti Kumarji. What leads you to think about forming Janaseva? Was there any event in particular that led you towards making it happen?
Thank you. I have been involved in charity work, working with the less fortunate people for over 25 years. And I don't think a day passes in my life when I am not grateful to God in His infinite wisdom to give me the tools to deal with all the challenges that my life has gone through. And I think of these people in India because I do visit India at least once a year to visit my mom, and I visit a lot of institutions in India. I realize that many of the people in India do not have the same tools that God in His infinite wisdom has given us. So I was always thinking, how could we give back? And one of the goals of Janaseva is to not only help these less fortunate people, but also reach out to the youth in the United States who take everything for granted. I want them to be involved with this in the long run and make it a movement rather than just a one-shot deal where they write a check and forget about it. So I believe that the young people are going to also benefit from this. It's almost the concept of we are paying it forward.
Shanti, I want to learn more about it, and I request Nirmala ji to share, because she has worked with many youngsters, connecting them with their cultural roots. When you are growing up here in New York and there is an organization serving people somewhere, the kind of close feeling with which you can connect with the sufferings of others or the needs of others is different in New York. And especially if, as he mentioned about the new generation, how do you see they may find themselves pulsating with this idea, this project? What can be done to make them feel a part of it?
It's a very good question, and it's not an easy question to answer. Primarily, this project is being started by our generation, and this project can be sustained only by our younger generation, because this is going to be the future. We're hoping that there won't be any need in India for such organizations, but honestly, we are going to need this to sustain, and that is where we need the younger generation to come somehow get connected with this. And one way of getting connected is the India Scholar program, which this project is also offering, where younger generation can get involved in terms of serving. The children go to Africa, they go to South America to serve the needy there. Similarly, if they have a forum by which they can go to India and serve, this program offers the platform for that. They will be recognized, there will be a scholarship fund for that, and they will have a place to stay and do the volunteer services for at least a year. And hopefully the youngsters will be motivated, will be inspired. Like Shanti Kumar just said, many of them take it for granted because they have been given everything. They have been provided with all the needs. All their needs have been met by our generation of parents, but they need to also feel the need for it. Hopefully, when we do something, hopefully this will initiate their interest in.
So, Shadi, we're talking about this current generation, and many people are apprehensive as to when they contribute somewhere, what is the end use, and how they will have a sort of feedback in terms of whether money was used. From that point of view, you have some mechanism by Janaseva.
Absolutely, excellent. See, one of the things which I believe that Janaseva is going to benefit is from the best practices of the younger generation, which they are working in multinational corporations. I believe that Janaseva going forward will do three things: accountability, complete transparency, and communication with the donors. If we do these three things, I think not only we are accountable to our donors and we keep them posted as to how their money is being spent, but we will also be completely transparent, and we will communicate with our donors on such a regular basis that they will know exactly how their money is being spent, and it is a cause worth supporting. And just to take off a little bit on what Nirmala had mentioned, when we are talking about the next generation, we believe they are 100% committed if they are communicated with. They are constantly being updated on what is going on, either with their efforts or with their dollars or with their parents. So I think that way, when you look at what we intend to do with Janaseva, is very, very clear. We will be completely accountable to our donors, we will be completely transparent, and we will communicate with them on a constant basis.
Just to add to
Sure.
that, it is Janaseva is a non-profit organization, a 501c corporation, and he is a CPA, so he understands the tax laws and the need for transparency, which will be definitely there.
Let's talk about different projects or areas that are sort of focused for Janaseva, and what is it that helped you in deciding. So, Nilab, you also want to jump in about India Scholar. What is this?
India Scholar is a program where college kids or even high school seniors, if they would like to spend a summer or a year donating their time to some worthwhile cause. I know my friends' kids who have gone to some country to teach English or to teach math. This would provide a platform for them to go to a city or a small town in India. They would be hooked up with some school or college where they can go and teach the kids, and in return they will learn a lot too. They will learn about their country, about their roots.
So it is already in the, I mean, it is functioning, or there is going to be first India Scholar?
That will, by the grace of God, it will happen in July 2014.
I see.
Just to give you one example of the India Scholar Program, it's not a big secret that Neelam and her husband Raj, they run a school in Jaipur. I already spoke to both of them. For example, one of my India scholars, or maybe two of our India scholars, can go to Jaipur, live there for 6 months or a year, teach those children English, computer science, math, whatever is their field of education. But more importantly, the children from here who go and volunteer their services, they will also benefit because they are coming into touch with reality. Even though they might have been born with silver spoons or golden spoons, whatever the case may be, they are coming in touch with reality. It will bring more of a humanity into them. They will communicate better with their parents and they will appreciate whatever they have, whatever gifts God has given them, they will appreciate that more. So it is almost a two-way street.
So talking about the two-way street in terms of Indian culture, and we have heard about the significance of Gau Mata, not only through our scriptures but through our sages also, and still a lot of attention is needed towards cows protection as well as in extending the much needed resources to take care of the cows. So there is one program for Gaushala also. Is it already active? And before I come to you, can you only say something about the importance of cow, why cow is worshipped in Indian Hindu tradition?
Sure. Cow is considered sacred because we get milk out of the cow and milk is so precious for us. And also Kanchi Paramacharya, Shankaracharya, he was a great protector of cows. And people had seen him spending a lot of time with cows, and he was the one who instilled in us the real need to protect the cow. So Goshalas are becoming popular, and either we will have your question was whether they are already in place. No, the project will be in place sometime starting next year, a year from now, because they've just bought the land, 6 acres of land, and the project is already starting and the construction has begun. And the first phase will include the home for the younger. We don't want to call them an orphanage, but the place for younger boys and girls, along with a place for women, elderly women without support. Then will come the Goshala, or along with that, we can either have Goshala right there, which will be one of the project programs. The other one also to support a few families who have cows that will be taken care of.
So, Shanti Kumari, share with us the whole vision with which this Janaseva, call it a project or it's like an ashram or whatever space it is. So how you earmark the space, and did you sort of work with some people to figure out the amount that would be needed to at least keep it going to begin with?
Ashok, there are two phases to this thing. One is the initial building costs. We believe that the initial building costs are going to be approximately $1 million. That's the initial infrastructure. But later on, they have to be sustainable. And that is exactly where the younger generation comes in. Because it is the younger generation who is going to carry the torch forward. They're going to see the need for this. Then in terms of the infrastructure, it has been in my mind for over 25 years. What I would like to ideally see there. And I've been studying this issue for more than 25 years now. For example, senior citizens. When I call them senior citizens, I don't like to use the word destitute, but in India it is a serious problem with senior citizens who are abandoned. They need love in their life. If they need love, they need to express their love. For them to express their love, the orphans are the right people. Because I have visited orphanages in India, and I know that what we would take for granted. For example, I have been to an orphanage where a 3-year-old child did not know how to brush her teeth. And I taught my child how to brush her teeth. So when you put these two people together, these most unfortunate victims, I would imagine, victims of, I guess, fate, that these orphan children and these destitute senior citizens, you put them together, there's a tremendous amount of love. And if the basis is one of love, and then you take off from there, the infrastructure really means nothing. So we are only helping in the infrastructure, but the people who will be housing these places would be the seniors and the orphans. And then we are talking about the Goshala. Then we are also thinking of doing an NRI center where the non-resident Indians from the United States, Canada, throughout the world can go and live there and volunteer their services. So I believe that in the long run it's going to be a tremendous effort.
And there is also a reference of supporting Ved Pathshalas by Janaseva.
Correct.
So Nirmala ji, these Ved Pathshalas, they'll also be centered in the same location, or this is, we are supporting different Ved Pathshalas at different places?
Yes, your questions are very, very intelligent, Ashok, I must say. Yes, we are hoping. Again, his dream is to have a Veda Pathshala right there, because we are talking about nurturing the young minds. So Vedas are the scriptures which need to be protected, and they form the basis for our beliefs. And so the Veda Pathshala will be started as part of this project. Also, there will be funds available for Veda Pathshalas wherever they are. If they are in need of money, they will also be, because their Veda Pathshalas are very difficult to be sustained again for lack of money. So hopefully we will be able to support at least some of them. But there should be one in this area, hopefully.
Shanti, share with us in what way words from Vedas or from the scriptures have guided you in taking up the projects wherein you feel to put your compassion in action through service-oriented activities. Anything in particular that stands out in your mind?
As a young boy growing up, I always used to hear Kanchi Mahaswami Paramacharya say, Dharmo Rakshita Rakshitaha. You protect Dharma, Dharma will protect you. Now when I look back at my life, I'm 64 years old. And now I look back at my life, I'm saying this is an opportunity for us to protect Dharma by giving back. Because God has been very kind to us. So we have to give back. And this Janaseva is nothing but an outgrowth of giving an opportunity for us to give back to the people who are less fortunate. So when we talk about Veda Pathshalas, there are so many Veda Pathshalas in India who are doing an amazing job of upholding the Vedic tradition. Now, if we just spread the word about these Veda Pathshalas, what they can do, for example, sponsor a day. If we just do a simple spreading the word, we have literally preserved the Vedic tradition. We have preserved the Vedas. We just spread the word.
Neelamji, there are many people who think on those lines as Shanti Kumarji is thinking, and some of them actually end up at a stage where they really do something. Many people just have these thoughts. And then some people, and as Shanti Kumarji mentioned, you and Dr. Raj Modi ji have a school, started a school. So when you already have a project in mind, and I know there will be many of our viewers who are connected with this or that project somewhere, which is working for a noble cause, and then they feel, why should I even try and understand what Shanti Kumarji's vision is? I'm already preoccupied. So this question relates to you, and you have been very open in working for Janaseva also, and you already have some. Just share with us how this plays out.
Because they're all very closely connected, Ashok ji. Like you said, the scholar program, we have a school. I would like the scholars from the scholar program to come teach our kids. The school that you're talking about in India is also a school for poor kids, where currently about 250 children get education free of cost completely, no fees for books, anything, it's completely free. And we would really like for them, those kids, to get connected to some kids from here. So these kids from here learn from them, and those kids in India, in Jaipur, learn from these kids. They have somebody to look up to, like a mentor. So I feel that even though I'm involved in one project, this is another project that I can support wholeheartedly, because it is very close to what I'm doing.
So essentially there is this word yagya, so or yagna is when we write in English Y-A-G-N-A sometimes. So yagya is the cosmic cycle, or so you give and take, and with this word I now move towards Nirmala ji, and India, in terms of its arts, has also, through all the artists, there is a kind of yagna that is being performed, because he's meditating through the art form, connecting with the cosmic force. And then if you go and be a part of experiencing the rendering of these devotional or the singing dedicated to the divine, then some inner beautiful transformation takes place. Keeping this in mind, tell us again about the upcoming event and how people can be a part of it.
Music is divine. Okay, music melts your heart. Okay, it takes you to a different plane of mind, and you're very true. We know that babies really fall asleep when you sing to them, and those great seers like Shankaracharyas have always found time to listen to good music, because music is divinity. And we are offering a great program here, a musical program by one of the best musicians of India today, and she is being accompanied by various musicians who are experts in their own fields, and it is not a typical concert of a Carnatic music. She's a Carnatic musician, but she is combining with the artist of jazz artists and others, so that this is a fusion. The whole idea is fusion, because we are bringing our Indian, we're bringing our scholars from here, youngsters from here to India, so that they can relate to them and they can work with their counterparts in India. So this musical program hopefully will set the tone for such idea of giving. People who participate in this program hopefully will feel like participating in this yajna, as you call it, and they would want to share their fortune. It could be any small number, or it could be any big number, but the feel the fact that I'm one of these participants gives good support to this program.
Wonderful. So you saw the phone numbers, and of course Morning Raga, wonderful name, and Janaseva. All these websites will tell you more about this event as well as the upcoming projects. And before we conclude, quick words from Neelamji about what do you expect from this event, 21st April?
And may I also add,
Sure.
Ashok, Morning Raga is a movie that came out a few years ago, and the playback singer in that movie was Sudha Raghunathji. Music in that movie was arranged by Amit Heriji, who's also part of this program, and I think that's why this concert series is called Morning Raga. For your viewers, if they have not seen it, it's a beautiful movie, beautiful music. They should, anytime they get a chance, see it. And I'm looking forward to the concert. It's going to be beautiful music and what it supports. Janaseva is a very worthwhile cause. I support it with all my heart, and good luck to the organization.
One more
sure.
added incentive, though, for those who are donors and also $100 ticket buyers, they will have dinner with the artist right after the program, so they can interact with Sudha and others, and I think that is a good chance for them to get to know them.
Shanti, this is probably the first event of this kind for Janaseva in New York?
Yes.
And how do you feel? What are your expectations?
I have the highest expectations, because I am surrounded by tremendous volunteers. Just the two of the people sitting right here, I mean, I just cannot tell you the amount of support that I have received from my Indian and from my non-Indian friends. The support I have received has been tremendous. I think everything that we take for granted really is a gift of God. As long as we acknowledge that it is a gift of God and we have to give it back in some form or the other, we are acknowledging God. So I feel that this concert and the one in New Jersey on May 11th is just the first step, and this I make a promise to all the viewers and to all the people who are going to come to our concerts and who are going to be getting our mails. We will be 100% transparent, we will be 100% accountable to you, and we will communicate with you.
Wonderful. My guests today, Shanti Kumarji, Nirmalaji, Neelamji, talking about Janaseva as well as about the upcoming event on 21st April and May 11th?
May 11th.
May 11th in
April
New York
21st
and New
and
Jersey. So it's a great opportunity not only to enjoy but to enrich yourself and to underline that sense of being connected to the totality that has made everything happen. And as Shanti Kumarji again and again mentioned about the gift of God, so acknowledging the gift of God that brings them here, as well as to all of you with ITV. This is Ashok Vyas thanking them as well as all of you for being with us.
Namaskar, Ashok.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.